Let's get this thing started, dude.
Yes, sir.
Bring it on, man. It's a gorgeous day here in Northwest Arkansas. I can't wait to spend all day in my car. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. All right, guys, welcome to the Drag Driver Pete News presented by Summit Racing for, are you ready for this? November 15th, 2025. Absolutely insane. Today, we've got a big show. We're going to talk about the final days of the 2025 season, like we're literally on the last day of a national event right now. And we're going to talk about leaked footage from that event, Southeast Street-N-Yeet, and who is going to PRI, where they're going to be, what booth numbers, all that kind of stuff. And the camp counselor is set up for the circuit 2026. So we're going to talk about all that right here in the Drag Driver Pete News. Mr. Eric White, will you hit that intro video, sir?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, dude, you ready for this?
I'm always ready for the Saturday mornings.
It really is a ton of fun. I like this episode. I'm gonna like this episode for sure. But I like the Saturday morning deal. I'm with you, man. I just think it's good for our soul to see car stuff in the mornings on Saturday
Yeah,
mornings.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, let's get this thing going, guys. My name is Mike Narks. I'm the host of this episode and the show that happens on Wednesday nights. We're gonna be episode 130 this next week, dude. It's kind of crazy to think 130 of those. We've done at least 100 of these news episodes. We were talking the other day in a message back and forth that there's been more than what we say 400 live streams done on Drag Drive Repeat in 2025.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It is insane, dude. So I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for everybody being awesome and doing all this. Mr. Eric White, what you got going on, dude?
I am Eric White, co-host of the show and news, everything drag drive repeat related, circuit related, artwork, photos, which I've been working on, getting the 6 summer photos going. We finished day one at Byron. We're starting on the day one drive to the route stop. So that's what'll be coming up next is actually at the route stop. So, and just a ton of photos. I'm honestly looking forward to wrapping up photos, but by the time I wrap them up, we'll have PRI photos too. So
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of photos, did you catch that I've started dropping the photos from Tim Gorley at Go Fast Productions or Go Fast Photography from Drag Week? So
yep.
he put those in the folder, and I was like, man, I'm gonna drop 40 or 50 of those a day. So I'm trying to do those in the morning because you typically drop 6 hour stuff in the afternoon. So people are getting overloaded with photos right now, man.
Hey, I'll be curious at the end of the year to see what we uploaded for photos. It's going to be crazy.
Bring it on, buddy. Bring it on. Well, speaking of photos and all that stuff, and those are photos of our race car friends.
Absolutely.
Like those are people that we get to meet and hang out with all year long. And again, I can't, I say it all the time. Thank you guys so much for being here, being around us, making comments, doing what you do. People are in here already this morning. Carl Steamy in here talking trash about not wanting to wake up to us because he's hungover. Hey, that's something you did to yourself. I had a little bit of fun last night, and I was paying for it when I woke up at 7 to finish out the show notes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm with you, Carl. I'm with you. A little bit of headache right back here in the back. I think that's dehydration.
Get you some energy drink that'll get you going.
Well, a little bit of Mio mixed with some water. I wish I had some Gatorade on me. I'd have done it in the Gatorade because that's always a good way to wake up. And again, our sponsors, this is going to be kind of fun. We're going to talk about a lot of these sponsors here in a minute, talk about where they're going to be at PRI. So listen, if you're going to PRI, please stop by these booths and say, hey, thanks for your support of Drag Drive Repeat. Thank you for supporting the Drag and Drive community as a whole. So Summit Racing, Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, all those guys are going to be there. Howard's Cams is going to be there. J-Wire Solutions, I'm sure, is going to come hang out at our booth for a little bit. AFCO Racing Products, they're going to be right next to us. Performer Built Transmissions, I think Ryan and one other person are going to come down and hang out. Car Chains 3D, I don't know if Corey's going to be there or not. Power Tube TV is going to have a huge booth set up. WAF Racing is in our booth with us. He will have products and things like that. Sweet Patina is not going to be there, but the hand cleaning wipes will be because I'm going to bring them with me. And then Racing Junk Classifieds has a huge booth, and we've been working with Tyler West, our new service rep over there, to figure out a time we can go over there and hang out and go live and talk stories and all that kind of stuff. So if you're shopping, doing some holiday stuff, trying to sneak in something from Santa for yourself, hit these guys up, see if there's something you got that you can work with. All right. And then Summit Racing, their Speed Legacy began way back 1968, almost 60 years ago. One-man startup, now the world speed shop, 4 facilities, 200 plus catalog editions. They fuel your passion, save you money, deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. You can find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and the On All Cylinders podcast, which will be listened to on our drive to PRI. From humble origins to the social media lane, Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. You can find everything at summitracing.com. But while you're going to be doing that, I'm going to drop this link over here. This is our affiliate link for Summit. We've talked about this just about every episode, but if you use that link to get in there, it just is essentially a pass through. Takes you right to summitracing.com. Everything acts like normal. It just, if the parts are eligible, it sends us just a small percentage of that, which helps us, helps them know that they are spending their money in the right way. And if you're looking for that special car guy gift, Drag Driver Pete hoodies and shirts and hats, big brim hats, but also there's some other hats that are coming very soon. So I've seen the proof of that, and I'm excited to see those hit the shelves. So it's gonna be kind of cool. It's really crazy to think that you can walk into one of the stores and pick up Drag Driver Pete merch.
Right.
To me. So anyways, pretty awesome. Thanks to Summit for all they do for us. We appreciate them a whole bunch. All right, lead us into some Drag Driver Pete updates, sir.
All right, let me get back here. So we have ordered our PRI decals. So these are, we showed them on Wednesday, but for those that didn't see them, these are going to be the 2025 special edition Drag Driver Pete stickers. So remember, only 100 of these a day are going to be handed out. So make sure when you come into PRI, whatever day you're there, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you swing by the booth and ask for one of those. They're not going to be sitting out on the table. These aren't just for everybody that walks by. So you have to ask for them, but we will have 100 of those per day. And our first year, I think we went through those super quick.
Yeah, it's dude, it's going to be crazy. This year will be even worse. We are going to bring them to the award ceremony. So day one, Thursday, if you want one, you better be at the booth at like 9 a.m. when the place opens, because we're not going to be there very long. We're going to be there, and then we're running up to the room to get set up for the awards. We'll talk about that in a second. But first up, I want to talk, or second up, I guess, I want to talk about the thank you letter we got from the Route 66 Auto Museum. Bro, this is so awesome. They said the drag and drive was successful for us. So hang on, let me put it big here because I don't have my notes here. It says with a couple more small car groups, there were 70 admissions before noon, which is awesome. So as we were in the parking lot and I was getting ready to leave, like another group of 8 cars pulled up. So 70 admissions before noon plus 16 additional admissions. Well, I guess 70 was probably us. It was a record day for the gift shop sales and admissions. How cool is that, man?
That's pretty awesome.
Dude, it's so crazy to think that we're really changing all the stuff that goes along with everything. We made an impact on this auto museum. That's really cool to think that we kind of help push business that way. And who knows, like, we don't ever know what's going on in the lives of those people, right? Like, let's say that they were second guessing, why do we even do this? And then 70 people show up before noon and they're like, okay, all these cool people saw all these cool cars. Let's stay open another few months.
Yep.
That's
awesome.
Yep. Pretty awesome. And then
Um,
let's big block 402. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Booth number is going to be 4611. So we're in the yellow hall, be right next to AFCO Racing Products. So again, booth 4611 is where we'll be. But room 235 is going to be where we are hosting the Drag and Drive Awards presented by Summit Racing on Thursday at 11 a.m. So that's where you guys are going to want to be Thursday morning.
Yep, and then we're getting really close. There's a lot of awards that are within that aren't just ET based. You know, there's toughest roadside repair, Drag and Drive ambassadors, which I have my 2 picks already. We're giving away 3 awards. I've got to go back through all the stats and stuff and see if there's somebody else's name that pops out to me. But the Drag and Drive ambassador, I'm excited about it this year. I'm not going to say my picks. Eric will know my picks after this, but um, dude, there's been so much go on in the Dragon Drive community this year. So ambassadors, the ET stats will be easy because I mean that stuff is, you know, it's just numbers. It's easy to put together, but I got to have all that. So I'm hoping that I can have that done by Wednesday night show, episode 130. So that should be pretty fun. And then tell them all who we got lined up after the awards.
Yeah, after the awards, we get very busy. We've got a ton of people coming by the booth. So on Thursday, we're going to have Mike Galemi from Hot Rod Magazine. We're going to have Drop the Hammer announcing some dates and Redwood Rally. So Thursday is going to be good. And then we follow that up on Friday with Matt Frost, Rocky Mountain Race Week, Brian Wagner, and Brian and Jess Havlick all going to be at the booth. And then we also have the Deal Brothers coming by. We don't know a day or time yet, but keep an eye out on Facebook. We've been creating events for each one of these. So if you're going to be there, you can swing by and check out the interview live. Or if you're not going to be there, unfortunately, like Rich here saying he's going to miss PRI, everything is going to be live streamed. So you can still check out all the action, all the interviews, either on Facebook, here on YouTube, or wherever you stream us from.
Yeah, I'm excited about PRI, dude. It's going to be crazy. The booth is going to be an absolute in turmoil. I think we're going to have. That's why we went to a 10 by 20 this year. So for the folks that have been the previous years, it's been packed in tight. I will say this. Eric and I are working the mornings. Like that is our time to go around, meet with our sponsors, you know, do live streams from their booths, all that kind of stuff that goes along with, you know, us being sponsored people. But in the afternoons, our goal is to just be at the booth hanging out. So if you want to come by, say hi, please. Do it in the mornings. We've got a whole crew of people that are going to be working this thing in and out. It's awesome. I closed that sheet down, but I don't want to name names yet. We'll talk about that on Wednesday night, who all's going to be in the booth. But guys like Travis Wise, Jason Hurley, Nico Christoferi, my brother, Steven Narks, Richard Brewer, Travis Wise. God, man, there's just so many people that are going to be there. It's going to be so cool. Jonathan Stonecipher will be his first time at PRI. And then John Doherty's going to ride up with us too. So that'll be kind of fun. I know he's got some stuff to do with Gearhead Perspective. So it's going to be crazy, dude. It's absolutely crazy to think what we got going on at PRI in just what, 31 days or something like that? No, less than that.
No, it's less than that. Yeah, we're in the 20s.
28 days.
Yeah.
You're nervous.
Yeah. What I think is going to be nice this year, though, is last year was very chaotic. We didn't really plan our days like we're trying to do this year. So hopefully it won't be. I mean, it's going to be busy regardless. We'll be busy all the whole time. But at least having a little better plan, I think, will help. You know, being out in the mornings, at the booth in the afternoon. Plus, that gives everybody working the booth a chance to know when they can go out and wander around as well. Last year we were like, hi, we're here, goodbye, we're gone.
We were like, oh, we'll hang out for a little bit, you guys go. And then it would be like 4 minutes later and somebody would message us, hey, can y'all run by the booth? We're like, can you guys come back?
Yeah.
I think with having the amount of people we can do, you know, because we really only need like maybe two folks at the booth at any given time. So I'll show those guys how to fire up the live streams, and we'll give them all access to Facebook and all that stuff. So there may be a ton more live streams that we do that the brand does that aren't Eric and I, which would be kind of fun, dude. So I don't know. We'll see. PRI, 28 days. Gonna be crazy.
Jeff Kirchik here saying he had plans to be there, but knee surgery changed those plans. So We'll definitely miss you there, but obviously getting knees taken care of is very important. Otherwise, you ain't going to be able to drive or show up to any events.
Yeah, you got to have that knee done before sick week. So you know what I mean? Like if you're going to be there, you gotta be ready. Skipping PRI is not as bad. And then Dirty Panda, yeah, saying he's definitely excited. Me too, buddy.
Which we're going to talk about how quickly Slick Summer is coming up here in a little bit as well.
It's insane. Okay, let's move forward. Countdown to registration for the circuit 2026. 62 days, brother.
How?
2 days, brother. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. I'm pumped, to be honest with you. We are way ahead of where we've been in the past on planning and getting things lined out and sponsors coming into the fold, all that kind of cool stuff. So the Circuit 26, get it on your mind. It is going to be a party. We are going to have a blast. 200 cars, I think, is going to be. I mean, we're obviously going to attain that. This event sold out in less than a minute last year. I fully expect. I don't even know if we'll make it to public registration, to be honest with you. If we make it to the early list, I'll be surprised, because part of a thing with us here at Drag Driver Pete is we want to, just like Rocky Mountain Race Week does, we want that community to continue. So people that drove last year that raced, they get early registration, early and discounted registration. Their co-pilots, if they want to race this year, they get the same early and discounted registration. But also the short circuit, I'm allowing that to happen as well. So we had 150 people sign up last year with racers returning and their co-pilots racing. So that only left like 50 spots. And then we did early lists. I think we had 8 places that was available last year. So if you add in another event that did 60 or 76 cars, like, is that another 50 people? Like, will we sell out and not even go public? Like, that's crazy to me to think about that. So bring it on. I'm ready. Man, I can't wait. It's going to be nuts. 62 days until registration. And then the camp counselor's back. Camp counselor Bob is going to be here. Him and I have been talking back and forth about some of the stuff that he has planned, some of the stuff that I definitely want to take, want him to take over, which is the road trippers. So big thank you to Robert Voss for doing this. He could have way more fun racing, but he's willing to put the racing aside to come out and do this and be the camp counselor, which, if nobody knows, the camp counselor is essentially, it allows the parking lot party for the people that are, for the folks that aren't at the hotels, right? So campfires, drinks, snacks, all that kind of stuff. But he is also taking over the road trip this year as well. So 2026 road trip, here's what I'll make a deal with you guys. If we have 50 cars signed up whenever we do registration for the road trip, I will do a special shirt for the road trippers, but it's going to take 50 cars to do that, because any less than that, it's just, to be honest, it's not worth it. As we move forward, the road trip will be your way into early discounted registration for the circuit 2027. That's all I can say. I mean, like, we're running into a situation where allowing people from the previous year is, we're going to run out of spots. People are going to sign back up. Their co-pilots are going to sign back up. So the road trip is the next logical place, because you're going to come, you're going to experience the event. You're going to do everything except race, unless I can get some of the tracks to give us a little extra time. But the road trip is going to be awesome. You're going to have special parking, drinks and snacks all day, like a whole area to set up. It's going to be, I really want this thing to be awesome, because this is another way we can add 50 or 100 cars to the event and not necessarily hurt any of the racing time.
Right.
So yeah, road trippers, get ready. It's going to be a freaking blast. You know what I didn't do, bro? You didn't. I didn't make the notes, and you didn't remind me. Should we talk about this right here?
Real quick before we do that, I want to Big Block here saying he had 2 knee replacements this year. He's about ready to do some car stuff. He's never been to PRI, so looking at registration now. To be a PRI member, it's $40 a year. Real easy to sign up for. It's one of my favorite events of the year. It's the end of the year. You get to kind of see everybody before wintertime. There's tons of companies there. You can see new products. You can network with different companies. You can network with other racers. Like if you've never been to PRI, I definitely suggest it. Spend a couple days there because the very first year I went, I thought I could drive up, spend the day there, and drive home, and that was a lot. I would not recommend that. So I've already got me some new walking shoes this year, so I've already been breaking those in. You know, we talk about that every year. It's having comfortable shoes by the amount of steps that we take through PRI is crazy. But yeah, Big Block, I would, if you have the ability, I would recommend coming and checking it out for sure.
Oh wow. They said the 11th is his 32nd anniversary, so I'll have to include something for my wife. Yeah, dude, bring it on. That'd be awesome. She can come to the Dragon Drive Awards for you.
Yeah, there's some nice restaurants downtown Indy too. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you better make reservations 3 months ago if you're going to do that though. Like they're all filled unless you're willing to take like a 10:30 at night reservation. All right. Well, let's talk about something super cool. Put me big here, please, if you don't mind. And I want to give a huge shout out to Tommy Dupree, Northeast Arkansas. That's my boy right there, Blyville, Arkansas, baby. I think he's in Blyville, but he's over there somewhere. I think was he at the when you guys did the Volvo swap?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Big shout out to Tommy Dupree and Jim Greenleaf at Summit Racing. Going to help us look just awesome. I would be wearing this morning, except it's kind of chilly here, and you know, I don't need to cut glass here on the show. So I'm going to show you guys something that you're going to see us and some of our booth members in at PRI. How about this right here, bro? Look at this.
That looks official.
Like fancy pants.
Race car friends, again, it's on the sticker, it's on the shirts, it's on our slides. Again, we do this for our race car friends.
Dude, this is going to be so cool. It's going to make us look awesome. They're light enough. I think it won't get too hot in PRI. And then, you know, we'll be able to hang out and look fancy. Like when somebody walks up to the booth, there's like 3 or 4 people standing there in that shirt. They're like, whoa, what's going on here? You guys are, y'all got your together, right? So big shout out to Tommy Dupree. I appreciate him and all they do to help us here at Drag Drive Repeat. Summit Racing is just awesome. So sorry I didn't bring that up earlier.
I think it's going to help with the go-karts too. We're going to glide through the track way quicker.
This right here, streamlined, baby. Hey, you want to hear a funny story about sick chaos, kart chaos? We're going to talk about that Wednesday night as well. But I've been working out. Dude, I've been working my shoulders. I've been doing push-ups, stuff like that, because I was annihilated last year. I'm not going to be like that this year. Man, I couldn't hold myself up. It was like it was too bad. So I've been working out, getting ready for that. So Tom Bailey, thanks, buddy. I'm excited. Yeah. Hopefully I get picked. I don't even know if I get picked. But
do you just sit here during the day and do this?
So this is going to sound so dumb, but my daughters have a balance thing that's got like a ball in the middle. You know, it's for their cheerleading stuff and core strength. And I've just been doing push-ups on that thing because it's like, you know, kind of makes it so. I'll turn it as I'm planking on it. I'll turn it a little bit to try to get some shoulder movement there.
When's the last time you did push-ups prior to this?
5 years ago. You know what I mean? I used to work out pretty often, but
we all
COVID
did.
came around. Yeah, then COVID came around. I worked from home and didn't do anything. So, anyways, yeah, good times. Bring it on. Bring it on. Well, dude, let's do some driven racing oil stuff because man, there is just a little bit of event news here.
Yeah, driven racing oil is the performance engine oil that can do it all. Driven racing oil is built for the demands of drag and drive racing. GP1 delivers consistent protection from the burnout box to the highway miles and in between. From classic hot rods to modern boosted bills, GP1's Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil and race-proven additives keep engines alive for the long haul. Use code DDR10 for a 10% discount at drivenracingoil.com and then Driven Racing Oil on Facebook and Instagram. You can see all the events that they're going to be at. They are at tons of events a year. They are going to be at PRI, so we'll get to see them there. But yeah, check them out on Facebook, Instagram at Driven Racing Oil.
Yep. You want to see some crazy stuff? So we're going to talk about Street-N-Yeet next. So, dude, this is the last national event of the year.
It's
insane. Today's the final day of racing. That's how you
Yeah.
feel, man.
Yeah, somebody was in here, Dustin here. Howdy from day 4 of Street-N-Yeet
Yeah.
earlier.
Golly, dude, it's just crazy to think that we're there. So good luck to the racers. We're going to talk about them here in just a minute. And then this one right here ends today as well. So today is the final day of Drag and Drive racing for 2025.
Holy cow. How is that possible?
It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. Wow, I didn't even think about that. That is
Yeah,
insane.
this is it.
Wow. Well, good luck to all the racers today. I know a lot of folks will be turning it up and getting out there and run that. We will talk about the Southeast Street-N-Yeet standings. We'll talk about the Central Victorian Dragon Drive on Wednesday night show, episode 130. East Coast Dragon Drive. Big shout out to Jason Richardson, the promoter for this event. He is allowing us. I'm going to let you do this one here. How about that? He's allowing us to break the dates on the East Coast Dragon Drive 2026.
Are we doing that right now?
Yeah, we'll do that right now.
We're going to release them right now.
Right now.
All right. East Coast Dragon Drive 2026 dates are, drum roll. I wish we had a little sound thing. June 26th through 28th, 2026, East Coast Dragon Drive. June 26th through 28th. You heard it here first. So they are adding a DYO truck class and a DYO stick shift class. And they both will also have a prize for the fastest average. So big news there, doing all kinds of things to improve their event. You can follow eastcoastdnd.ca for the website to go there and see that. And then check them out, East Coast Dragon Drive on Facebook. You can get more details from there as well.
Yeah, I'm excited. Dude, think about that. Like that is this event, Drop the Hammer, Redwood Rally, obviously our own events. But I mean, that's like 10 or 12 events that we're releasing the dates for right here at Drag Drive Repeat. So thank you all to the promoters for allowing us that opportunity to help share your stuff. We really appreciate that a whole bunch. And then Streetcar Challenge, which is another drag and drive that started last year. They're doing one in 2026, but they asked their participants. So if you're on the Streetcar Challenge Facebook group, you can vote on this right now. They're actually taking this right now. Streetcar Challenge is asking participants which date works best for them: April 9th through 12th, or October 21st through 24th. I kind of appreciate them asking that, and I made my vote for April because we need more stuff early. They're in the Southeast. I think they were at Jake's Drag Strip last year. I can't remember the tracks they were at, but this is like a 3 or 4 day event. This is one that is going to continue to grow. It's put on by Racetracks, so we know that's going to work well. Those guys are usually pretty good promoters, and this one had a good turnout last year. So again, jump over there if you're interested in Streetcar Challenge. Jump over and make your vote. April 9th through 12th, or October 21st through 24th. So I know October would give people more time to get their car ready, but man, I'm telling you. Streetcar Challenge, April, please, is my vote because we need more early.
I could dig that.
Yeah. How long do we have until Sick Week 2026?
If you had to guess without looking at the notes, just as a gut feel, how far away do you think it would be?
100 days.
Right. It feels like it's still a ways away.
It's way off. It's in February of next year.
Yeah. So the official countdown is 78 days, which is just over 2 months. So what is that? About 2 months, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
10 weeks away.
Insane.
We are at the last day of Drag and Drive 2025, and the first event starts in 10 weeks. So the off season is 10 weeks long. Isn't that wild? 10 weeks.
Say that one more time. That's a great soundbite.
Yeah, if you have to work on your car during the off season from the last event, which is today, to the first event of 2026, the off season is 10 weeks long.
Dude, that's crazy.
right?
Brian, when you're watching this, we need that clipped right there. We need that clip. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
10 weeks.
Now think about the people that, obviously I don't know what the number is of people that race Street-N-Yeet and the people that race Sick Week, but if any of them want to do any work on their car, they only have 10 weeks. So if they need to rebuild an engine, if they need to do chassis work, like 10 weeks is not a long time to get your car turned around for the following year.
Man, that is so wild. Dude, that's awesome. Bring it on. I can't wait. I can't wait. And then let's talk about our events that we got coming up. If you guys missed it, we dropped the bomb. I posted on LinkedIn the other day. We are tripling down on our commitment to drag and drive over here. We are going to host 6 events in 2026. It's going to be crazy, up from 2 in 2025 to 6 total events in 2026, and maybe more. Eric has a great idea for some other stuff that we may do as well. I'm pumped to see what this future holds for us, man. It's going to be crazy. So we've got the Circuit 2026, which will that's our flagship, our premier event. That's our 3-day deal. We have the Short Circuit, which is a 2-day event, which I think that format is going to work really well for us getting in that last party of the year, right? And then we've got the Street and Strip series, which is 3 single-day events that is really catered to bringing in new people. I think a lot of folks will do this single day deal and come in. And then, of course, the Heads Up Hustle Showdown, which is alongside Pro Mods at the Funny Car Nationals that is hosted at US 131. This is a big deal. This is a huge opportunity for us. We've got unlimited class that we're limiting to 8 cars. Like 8 cars unlimited, 8 cars for the 850, 16 cars for the 10-0 index, and then a 32 car field of bracket drag and drive cars. Going to drive on Friday. We're going to race in a regular heads up race schedule on Friday night and Saturday. No drive between them. So it's going to be kind of weird, but I do like this format in front of a crowd of 20,000 plus fans.
Yeah.
It'll be wild. It is going to be wild.
Yep.
So, right? Yeah, Jeff Kirchick, research, get it now.
Yeah. He said off season starts tomorrow. Get those chassis recerts and safety gear up to date now. That is a very good point. If you are going to Sick Week, you should start looking at your dates in case you need new belts, new helmets, anything like that. And then obviously don't forget that horsepower while you're at it. I love that.
Mm-hmm. I got to add some of that in the off season, right?
Yeah, and Brandon here. Oh boy, time crunch. Got to get back out to the garage.
Yeah, you do, buddy.
That's what we're hoping. We want to remind people like how quick this comes up, and don't slack on it because it'll be here before you know.
Oh, 100%. All right. Well, let's see. I'll do the DeechWorks ad read, and then we'll move on to some AFCO stuff and talk about PR. All right. DeechWorks is a leading manufacturer of high-performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, pumps, rails, regulators, filters, lines and fittings, plus pump modules and surge tanks, all engineered to support power levels ranging from 400 to 3,000 horsepower. With a focus on engineering excellence and industry-leading customer support, DeechWorks continues to drive the future of high-performance fueling. Of course, you can hit up Mark Campbell. You can hit up us. We can get you in touch with those guys. And when you're on there shopping, use code DDR10 for a 10% discount on your entire order at DeechWorks.com. Dude, I can't wait. I talked to Mark the other day. They've got big plans for 2026 as well within the Drag and Drive community. It's going to be so cool. So cool. All right. You want to do the AFCO ad read there?
Yeah, absolutely. Racers know when you want performance that wins, you want AFCO. From shocks and suspension to cooling, brakes, and more, AFCO Racing has been helping teams go faster for over 30 years. Built by racers, for racers, check out the AFCO Advantage and follow them today on social media for the latest in performance parts. AFCO Racing, built to win. And AFCO Racing is at booth 4601, which is right next to us, 4611. So when you're over talking to us, swing over and see Eric Saffel at AFCO at booth 4601.
Yeah, definitely. And while you're in there, take a look at this car. The Boostmaster wagon, for everybody that's listening on the podcast, is now on radials. If you guys have been following along with Deal Brothers Racing and Steve Morris Race Engines, they've moved it to radials. There's a lot of cars, a lot of big name cars going to radials. You got Boostmaster going to radials. You've got the Javelin's going to be on radials. Bryant Goldstone's car. This is going to be crazy. So let's run through who is where during this segment of the news. So we've got the Boostmaster at the AFCO Racing Products booth. You've got Devin Vanderhoof's new car in the Holly booth. He said that on episode 128, 129,
Yep.
120, whatever the last one was. Whenever he was on there with us, he said that it was that was breaking news that Devin Vanderhoof's new car is going to be in the Holly booth. That is exciting.
Did you see the new white paint job on that?
Oh, bro. It looks so good. I had planned to put up a photo, but I didn't.
Yep. Also, the Rotson is going to be in the Wire Care booth. And check this out. Did you hear this? Finnegan and Freiberger are going to rewire it during the show. How
Dude,
cool is that
so
going to be?
badass. That's awesome. And based on Jesse Fox's videos at 3G Video, it needs it. There's a lot of get-bys done in that thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. And then Nick Reinhardt's Nova, the 6-second, I don't know, first gen Nova, I don't know, whatever that is, will be in the Howard's Cams booth. Talked to Luke the other day, seeing what they had. That'll be one of the first cars in the Howard's Cams booth at PRI.
Nice.
So pretty cool that it's a street car and a drag and drive car.
Yeah. And what about Goldstone? He's had a couple cars there the past couple years, unveiled the Corvette last year. The Javelin was in the Racing Junk booth last year. Do we know anything about either one of his cars for this year?
He said he doesn't know yet. I sent him a message Thursday asking what hey, are you displaying anything? Like, and he said he doesn't know yet, which seems pretty late to me. So I don't know if maybe he's kind of playing that close to the vest, which there's another car that I got confirmation another drag and drive car is going to be displayed, but we can't release it yet. So we're trying to get approval to make that announcement. This is probably the hardest part of the year, is like trying to get that information, but also those guys kind of want to keep that quiet. They want it to be a big deal. So I know that we'll also see drag and drive cars in the Gear Vendor Overdrive booth. I had intended to call Rick Johnson yesterday and ask, but just didn't get to it, and sadly. So we'll talk about that on Wednesday night. Maybe when we can release what will be in the other drag and drive car that will be in the booth. Let's talk about where people are going to be. So let's talk about like our race car friends, our sponsors here at Drag Drive Repeat. In the yellow hall with us, of course, like right, with us, Summit Racing is in booth 4401. They're right around the corner. If you guys want to screenshot this will show you on there. And then PRI has a show planner. Make sure you download that so you can click on these. So as you're walking around aimlessly trying to figure out where to go, you can type it in and go from there. So
that's a good point, because I will tell you, the first year it seems really easy to just walk up and down each aisle, but I guarantee you get to an intersection and you're going to squirrel and you're going to go off somewhere else and you're going to forget where you were. So that is a very good point. The app is great for keeping track of who you want to see and all that.
And the struggle we run into is, like, we're trying to build relationships with people, so we need to go by and see them. We don't need to be walking aimlessly for hours. And so if you're just there to have fun and kind of do it, and you're only going to be there one day, walk every aisle. See everybody, just walk up and down everything. But if you're going to be there for 2 or 3 days and you've got stuff that you want to make sure you hit, you definitely need to hit these. So we're going to be posting things throughout the next month or 3 weeks as we talk about all this, where these people are, what's going to be in their booth, who's working the booth, who to talk to, all that kind of stuff. So Summit Racing, booth 4401, right around the corner from us, like literally 2 rows over. It doesn't get any closer than that. Where's Deechworks going to be?
Deechworks is going to be 5161, so booth number 5161, again in the yellow hall as well.
Yep. And then so that's right around the corner or close to us. Howard's Cams is also in the yellow hall, booth 3221. Again, Nick Reinhardt's car is going to be in there.
Yep. And then WAF Racing, again, is going to be our booth mate. So they are going to be with us at booth 4611. So make sure you come by and check out all of the great stuff that WAF Racing has to offer.
Yep, Chris Wozniak's going to be so cool to hang out with. We did last time, but man, we were cramped in that booth.
Yeah.
PowerTube TV is going to have a huge display this year. They're going to be rotating through a lot of their content creators. So PowerTube TV, Yellow Hallway, booth 2850.
And then, like I mentioned, AFCO Racing in the yellow hall right next to us, booth 4601.
Yeah, and then so our sponsors that are over in the green hall, which you guys can see on the picture here, is in green lettering. Molly Motorsports, or well, the whole Molly booth is, they're worldwide, so it's a huge booth. A lot of people working. Very, very nice. It's booth 1601 in the green hallway.
And then Driven Racing Oil is going to be 1525, so basically right down from Molly.
Yep. So that'll be close. I think that's a move for them. I don't think they'll be in the same spot they were last year. And Racing Junk Classifieds booth 2143. Again, our friend Tyler West over there. He said they have a drag race car in the booth, but didn't have photos for it. So again, things we'll be talking about over the next couple of weeks as we lead up to one of our biggest events of the year. Let's blast through these drag and drive friendly booth numbers. These are sponsors of other events. These are sponsors of other brands within the drag and drive community, or folks that I don't know. I like to call them our race car friends because they're out doing things with drag and drive cars. Again, this will be another post that's made, but Edelbrock will be in the green hallway in booth 725.
Mickey Thompson will be in the yellow hallway, booth 3831.
Yep. And then Monoxide, our buddy Harris over there, he's got a booth this year. He's going to be over in the green hallway at booth 7216.
Gear Vendor Overdrive is going to be in the yellow hall, booth 3173.
Yeah, and you can swing through there and see other drag and drive cars for sure. Hoosier, make sure you say hi to Miss Felicia Smith. She's going to be in that booth over there. She said there's not a drag and drive car in the Hoosier booth this year. I wish there was, but you can see them in the yellow hallway at booth 3543.
BTR Brian Tooley Racing, booth 2441. Which hall is that in?
I think that is in the green hall.
Okay. Green hall, booth 4241. Better call Paul. Stop by and talk to Paul at BTR.
Yeah, definitely say hi to him. Red Horse Performance, you guys know Kevin Fitz from there. You see him at all the events out there. Red Horse Performance, yellow hallway, booth 2913.
Bang Shift Billy, which we had talked about on Wednesday night, now on Summit Racing website, where you can purchase your Bang Shift Billy. Yellow Hall, booth 3210. So make sure you stop by and congratulate those guys on getting their products in Summit Racing.
Yeah, that's going to be so freaking cool. Wire Care, which we talked about a little bit ago, that's going to have the Rotson and also Mike Finnegan and David Freiberger working over there. That is in the yellow hallway against the front wall, booth 142.
XS Power, yellow hall, booth 3621. Again, they had the Corvette of Bryant Goldstone last year. So you can go by and talk to Remy. That's who we talked with last year. So go by and say hi to him.
Yep.
Yellow hall, booth 3621.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a good one. He says they have a drag car in there because they're rolling out a brand new drag race specific battery that'll come out this year. So it's going to be kind of cool. Melling Performance, who is the Heads Up Hustle title sponsor, they're going to be over in the green hallway at booth 1515.
Circle D Torque Converters will be in the green hall, booth 1105. So that's what Dan Palmieri is the one that's over there.
Yep. So make sure you say hi to him. He is not only a sponsor of Rocky Mountain Race Week, but he also races at Rocky Mountain Race Week in the stick shift.
Nice.
Why wouldn't you? Strange Engineering. We all know there's a lot of axles that are used out there, and they're in the yellow hallway at booth 4521. So a lot of folks, man, a lot of drag and drive friends and family that's out there. And I'll go through the list again. I'm sure there's others on there that I'm missing that are out and available this next year. So we'll see some cool cars. If you know of a drag and drive car that is going to be at PRI that we did not list earlier, hit me up. Let me know. Like I said, there's one we're going to hopefully be able to release on Wednesday night, episode 130. That will be really cool. There was a really cool car in their booth last year. Is all I'm going to say. So, who would have thought? All right,
Dirty Panda. I wonder if I'll be able to see everything this year. I've gone for, this will be my 4th year because I went 1 year. Did I go 2 years before? I went 1 year, and then I think we went the 2nd year together, and then we started having a booth. So this might be my 5th year. I don't know. Either way, I think every year I see pictures of things that I didn't see while I was there. So it's like, where was that at? I never saw that. But you feel like you walk around and see everything, but it's almost impossible.
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, man. Let's thank some race car friends.
Absolutely. Thank you, all of you guys watching on this wonderful Saturday morning. Again, love doing these Saturday morning shows. It's, what a better way to kick off your weekend than to jump on here, talk to your race car friends, talk about your race car friends. So appreciate all of you guys tuning in and doing what you do. And looking forward to seeing a lot of you guys at PRI. And then again, thanks to our sponsors. Again, we can't do it without these guys. We wouldn't be able to make it to PRI if it wasn't for all these companies that you see on the screen. So make sure you stop by and see them at PRI if you're going to be there. And if you need products, reach out to us. We've got affiliate links. We've got discount codes. We can get you in contact with somebody at each one of these companies. So thank you, Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, AFCO Racing Products, Performabuilt Transmission, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk.
For sure. All right. Let me see here we go. Car Chains 3D segment here. I want to run through some of the stuff at Southeast Street-N-Yeet during this one. So Car Chains 3D should be your first choice in custom 3D printed products for your project car. Corey can take your idea to reality. Maybe you're looking for that special car guy gift they can't get anywhere else. He can do one-off keychains and hats. He can also do tons of stuff inside the car. We don't give enough credit to what he does there. Dashes for mounts. You've got lights for your roll cages, everything that you can possibly need to make your project car go to the next level. Corey has it. Or if he doesn't have it, he can create it. Car Change 3D on Facebook and Instagram both. Dude, they leaked. Rye Klemp is going to get tarred and feathered for leaking these I would say standings after 2 days of racing at Southeast Street-N-Yeet. So I'm surprised they didn't take him down. Maybe they just left him up because he had put him up. But pretty awesome that he dropped this. So guys can kind of know where they're at after 2 days, because typically Southeast Street-N-Yeet doesn't release these until what would be the final morning, which is today, the final morning of racing. So you know where you stand. But man, I love this format. I think it's pretty awesome we're seeing events do different things, with how they do their stuff. I love this because it's really going to make you run as hard as you possibly can. You're not going to be doing the math on, I've only got to run a 5:42 to win my class. Like, you have no idea what you've got to run to win your class, unless strategery here, standing up there watching all the other people in your class and making notes and watching their passes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. So you guys can find this on the Southeast Street-N-Yeet group. It's way down in, it's buried deep. So you're going to have to go down through the photos and look at all that stuff. Some other cool stories that happened at Southeast Street-N-Yeet is our boy, Jesse Fox at 3G Video, crossed 10,000 subs on YouTube. Bro, congratulations, man. I'm proud of you. One of the hardest working people in drag and drive. I mean, this dude drives 40,000+ miles a year. Stays in Benny the Volvo, so he doesn't spend unnecessary money. Just a super cool dude, and puts out daily videos plus hundreds of photos from these events and all that kind of stuff. So big shout out to him. Congratulations to Jesse Fox.
Yeah, congrats, Jesse. That's huge.
Huge, man. It's so cool. And then tell us what happened next, though.
We talked a little bit about the Rotson earlier, but if you've been paying attention to Street-N-Yeet, it broke 2 axles so far, and they posted last night that it needs an alternator now as well. So it's having some struggles for sure.
Yeah, Yeah, and just like Dustin Carlington says there, yeah, the Rodson has had a rough go down here at Street-N-Yeet. That's the way it goes, man. Those are the best kind of cars for sure.
Yeah, but
Up
think
next,
about that car. That car wasn't built to do drag and drive, and they're out
no,
there just,
yeah,
having fun with it, and that's what it's really about. But those
yep,
those struggles are going to come with that kind of build.
yeah, definitely. Especially when you put something in 2 days ago, like a motor in 2 days before the event.
Right.
That helps a lot. Kyle Beaumont, big shout out to him. He's back down there for Southeast Street-N-Yeet. He's in the fours this time. Thank goodness. I think he finished last time in the fives. So big shout out to him. That car's so fast.
Yeah. And then Guy Furtado, this one's not so good.
Mm-mm.
He did get into the wall at Greer. Definitely sad to see and hear about that. He is okay, but he did tag both walls.
Yeah, he's got a black first gen Camaro that is fast. It's all motor, big block. Super cool car. Sad to see that happen. I know that they'll either rebuild that car or he may even have another race car that's already ready to go. We see them at Sick Week and Southeast Street-N-Yeet every year. So he's a Florida guy and a great dude. So sad to see that. That was the reason that note's in there is because that was the first pass I watched of Southeast Street-N-Yeet. Was like I turned it on, I caught it live. Turned it on. He made his pass both walls. I was like, damn it. So it's my fault. I'm sorry. I should not have watched it in real time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, big shout out to everybody at Southeast Street-N-Yeet. Good luck. We hope you finish off today really well. Like they're going to be racing here probably in the next hour or two. So if you're looking for something to watch today, spooled media for Southeast Street-N-Yeet.
Yes, sir.
All right, hit us up, man.
All right. Molly Motorsports. Attention, high performance enthusiasts and racers. Meet the Molly Motorsports Power Pack Kit, your ultimate solution for power packed performance. What sets Molly apart? It's their forged pistons, graphol coating, and phosphate treatment for peak performance and durability. Visit mollymotorsports.com for more details. And for those podcast listeners, Molly is spelled Mahle.
For sure. All right, man. Let's talk about some Howard's Cam stuff because the community segment today is jam packed full of stuff. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, and I've got a surprise that you don't even know about that I'm going to show you as soon as we play this video.
Perfect.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Harris from the Monoxide Podcast. Real quick, Howard's Cams was founded as a racing cam manufacturer almost 80 years ago when Howard Johansson created Howard's Power and Racing Equipment in 1945. Howard's Cams has always used on-track experience to design the most powerful designs, and today they have an even greater group of experienced racers in circle track, drag racing, road race, mud bog, and marine. They use all this input plus the most advanced computer software to design the most competitive race-winning products. From pioneers in drag racing and oval track to cutting-edge marine development, Howard's Cams is at the forefront of the industry. So make sure to reach out to our friend Luke B for your next valve train upgrade.
Man, big shout out to Harris for doing the voiceovers, and big shout out to everybody else. Do you remember we asked a couple weeks ago for voiceovers for our ads and stuff? Guys,
Yep.
You've been turning it in. I've been listening to them. I'm whittling it down and changing up some stuff and editing some videos around those. So I just want to say thank you. I know nobody's seen those yet, but they are coming, I promise. So we'll have some of those on episode 130. And again, thank you all so much for doing that. The voiceovers are freaking awesome, dude. I love it.
All right, you ready for something first?
I'm ready. Yep.
All right. This is completely new. Mike doesn't know anything about this yet. So check this out. Can you see this car here? Can you see the logos on it?
Hang on. Make it. We'll make it big here. Full screen. Is that a cleater?
That says Drag Driver
Drag
Pete
Driver
right down the
Pete.
side. And Drag Driver Pete across the hood of this car.
What? What is this?
So this is iRacing. So I've got a couple coworkers that get into the iRacing. If you don't know what iRacing is, it's a NASCAR racing simulator. And they were looking for like an American flag style paint scheme. And we got to talking that our logo we had in red, white, and blue. And they asked if they could use the logo on their car for last night's race. And this is the design that they went with. So thought that was pretty cool.
Yes. Hey, big shout out to them. We got to get some swag out to those guys.
Yeah. So
We got to get. Damn, and I sent your box last night.
that's all right. We'll definitely do something, but
Yeah.
definitely thought that was pretty cool. They reached out to do that. There's another car that's still working on a design for a different race, but so they've got some of our logos. So I told them to have fun with it and what they come up with, and this one I think came out pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we need to do that on what's the on the No Limit drag racing too. We need some decaled up cars over there as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be fun if we get a booth in 2026. Maybe we do like a No Limit drag racing tournament or something. Something
Hey,
good.
I'm in.
How fun. All right. The community segment is really just stuff from around the community. Typically, we focus on drag and drive stuff in this, but we've talked about so much drag and drive already. I thought we would switch it up a little bit. I want to give a big shout out to Cruise and Lou's founder, Zach Slevin. Dude, they put together Cruising Food last night. How cool. Genius name, bro. Genius
Absolutely.
name. Love it. These kind of things are great for the drag and drive community because like we saw with what does Redwood Rally call their thing? Something chaos cruise or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Getting these people together outside of the event that you host once a year, maybe twice, really kind of helps build that community. So if any other events are doing this and they're just kind of getting out and hanging out with their folks, let us know, man. I want to definitely talk about you guys. So said they had 50 to 60 cars show up last night. It's pretty
Dude,
freaking
that's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. So big shout out to Cruise and Lou's founder, Zach Slevin, for putting that together.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yep.
I don't know if you heard the announcement here. Drag racing legend, to say the least, John Force is going to retire. Obviously, he had that wicked crash. Was that last year? Was it earlier this year? I can't remember.
Last year. Yep.
Last year. So, yeah, this is kind of I don't know. It's almost like an iconic day. Like, that these people are going to retire at some point, but you never think it's going to be today, right? But
Right.
So that's crazy to think that you will no longer see John Force in a race car.
What's even crazier, for the first time in like 60 something years, I think, or 50 something years, there will not be a Force family member racing in a car. So Brittany Force she's getting out too, wanting to start a family and stuff like that. So listen, I don't want to say this needed to happen, but we've had John Force for so long that it has become second nature. And there's been a lot of times where we've leaned on his celebrity to continue the growth of the drag racing community. Like, we've got to find new people. I mean, I don't know if Tony Stewart's that dude, but he's definitely got a good reach within all the other racing he's done. But like, John Force is an icon, dude. Like, it's going to be weird. He said he's not going away. He said he's going to still be obviously involved in everything, but he's just not going to be driving a car, which will be kind of cool. Cause like, maybe that dude's been a good manager for all these years. And like, now there's going to be a whole new aspect of what we're going to see come out of John Force Racing. So they're not going anywhere. They're going to be racing a bunch of stuff. I mean, they turn tens of millions of dollars a year of sponsorship into burnt fuel.
Yeah, there'll still be a team. They just won't be racing in the team. I think Brittany's going to be helping with a lot of that stuff as well. But like you said, they won't be in the cars anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty wild. Other things that are pretty wild is the IHRA, dude. Like,
I saw you posted this last night.
So in my opinion, 8th mile racing is fine. Like, there's a lot of people that feel like quarter mile, blah, 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 blah. But it's dangerous at some point for cars to go 340 something miles an hour because they're only going to get faster, and all these people in the comments are, how everybody wants to see quarter mile racing, and like, dude, I don't care. I just want to see flames come out of pipes and cars racing next to each other. And so if people don't get their shit right and start supporting whatever these sanctioning bodies do, we're not going to have them. Like,
right.
So they're going 8th mile to everything. This is going to be pretty interesting for like the sportsman classes and stuff, because those guys, I mean, a lot of those guys have raced their program for a long time, so surely they know what it runs in the 8th. So it's going to be kind of fun. I don't foresee us having any negative effects on car count. If anything, I think car count will go up because you can now afford to do that. Like, you can afford to race a weekend of this, because an 8th mile race is about 2/3 as cheap as or about a third of the cost as going quarter mile racing, or 1,000-foot racing or whatever. So I think we'll see some more people come over to that. I think it's going to be kind of cool to watch it. So good luck to them. And then dude bought the freaking tractor pulling deal. So now he's got full on drag racing sanctioning body. He's got boat drag racing, he's got offshore boat racing, and he's got this tractor pulling now. So listen, we need to support this guy, because if he gets tired of hearing some bullshit, like, later, stuff's up for sale, Yeah, Big Block 402 saying 8th mile is king around here. Again, Northeast Arkansas, Dyersburg. That was where I made my first drag strip pass ever, in a little V8 S10 Blazer I had. Dyersburg track's a soft spot in my heart there. And then Jackson, Tennessee, also another great track. We had talked about doing just a small drag and drive around that, and using those 2 tracks plus George Ray's as kind of our setup. That idea is not out of the woods yet, but it's just on paper right now, but that would be cool. So anyways, IHRA, crazy. I am excited to see what this 8th mile stuff brings.
Yes, sir.
All right. We've gone a little over today. Thanks again to Howard's Cams. Again, I don't remember their booth number. Let me run up here and get their booth number. Go by, say hi to Luke B over in Howard's Cams in the Yellow Hall at booth 3221 during PRI.
All right. As we round out the last segment of the show, one of my favorite segments here, the Racing Junk Classifieds. As the official buy-sell partner of Drag Drive Repeat, Racing Junk is your go-to destination for everything from race cars to trailers, engines, and more. Join the Racing Junk community today and experience the ultimate marketplace for gearheads like you. Visit racingjunk.com now. And when you're at PRI, make sure you stop by their booth 2143 at PRI.
Yep.
All right. So
what you got for us today, man?
So
because they created an entire drag and drive segment for us,
Correct. This week, I always try to do some kind of themes. This week is Fox Body, okay? Okay. There's going to be a bunch, so we're going to go through them kind of quick. I've got them from cheapest to most expensive. So let's just go ahead and kick this off with the first one here. This is a 93 Ford Mustang, 15 grand. Okay.
Nice.
Not bad looking. It's got a nice.
I've screwed something up. Let me add this back to the state. There we go. So it's bigger.
Got a nice kind of a deep purple or maroon color to it.
And it's got the right lights on the right tail lights on it. The LX tail lights on the GT. It's the way God intended. They just didn't do it from the factory that way.
Yeah, right. No cheese graters.
Yeah.
Ford powered here. This is in Lebanon, Ohio. A couple more photos here. Full interior car.
Dude, nice. I like the color.
15 grand. Looks like it dropped down from 18 originally. It's a 93 with a 347 blueprint crate motor in it. Ford Performance T5 5-speed manual. Roughly 4,000 miles on the motor and transmission, 373 gear, 12-second car. So get you a 12-second stick shift car there for 15 grand.
Yeah, says they're starting a family. So help these dudes this family start a family.
Yeah.
Need a family car.
So that's our first one. Second one, 1982 Mustang GT, completely redone radiator to rear end for 18.5. So just a little bit higher than the other one here. Only a couple photos.
Yeah, good looking. Sits right.
This one, like you said, redone inside and out. Everything has been upgraded. No wrecks or rust. Second owner, bought from the original owner in 1992. It's a 351 board and stroke to a 410 full scat bottom end with crank scraper and windage tray. AFR 20 U5 heads, professionally built and dynoed by Nickens Race Engines. 1,000 horsepower C4 trans with a trans brake, built 8.8 rear with 9-inch ends, Mosier 31 axles. All interior and exterior is original except for the carpet.
Wow.
This one is in Hockley, Texas.
Dang. Good looking car.
Yep.
Good find for 18.5. It's a pretty good deal.
Yep. Our third one here is an 88 Mustang Roller. A good title, 19.5 on this one. So scrolling through this one, you can see kind of a one-piece front end on this one. Looks like this one's been kind of freshly put together.
Mm-hmm.
Fuel system there in the back, fuel cell.
Oh, yeah. Dual fuel setup, too.
Yeah.
That's drag and drive stuff,
Yep, this one's in Brighton, Tennessee. A lot of stuff on here. Full Team Z suspension, Flaming Rivers manual steering rack, full strange brakes on all four corners, Team Z through the floor sub frame connectors, Team Z 850 10-point roll cage connected to the tubular Team Z front end, full drag and drive fuel system, like you mentioned, dual fuel there, 9-inch Team Z rear end, 40 spline gun drilled axles, strange aluminum center section, 370 Pro gear, Shoneck fiberglass doors, one-piece front end and dash, RC component wheels, 15 by 10 double beadlock rears, 17 by 4 fronts, Motion Racework steering column, new carpet, headliner, and Kirky seats.
Nice.
Looking at that list, I mean, for 19.5 for a roller, that doesn't sound half bad.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, caged and everything. So
Mhm.
again, this one is Brighton, Tennessee. So we got two more. Now we're getting into the more expensive ones here. This one is an 88 LX with an 8.2 deck turbo, 55 grand on this one. But this one looks very nice.
Ready to go. Yeah, dude.
Yep. Only a couple pictures, but obviously cage, full interior here. This one is in Evans, Georgia. So we're kind of all over the map with the Fox body ones here today. Full interior, proven 4-second street car, made 1,200 horse on 21 PSI, has fuel up to 36 PSI, has 35,000 original miles, and the factory paint still shines. Set up for drag and drive, get in it and go anywhere. Power windows, locks, lights, tilt wheel, and even the factory radio works as it should. Car comes with a new cam setup, high RAM intake, and spare stator. Yeah, I have over 80K in receipts. That doesn't even cover everything. It would cost well over 100 to replicate this build. And then you can see I'm not going to go through all this, but here is the build specs on this. Very detailed.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's a steal. That's maybe the best deal so far.
Yeah. Very, very nice.
Somebody let me borrow 70,000. I'll go down and buy this thing. But it's only 55. I know, but I got to buy a truck and trailer.
Right. And the last one for today is a 91 Ford Mustang SSP car, small block Ford twin turbo for 68.5. This one is in Richmond, Virginia. This one also looks just right.
Yeah. Golly, come on.
This is a true SSP X Kentucky State Highway Patrol car, which makes it kind of cool. Paint is still in great shape. Interior is just as clean. It has a big bore 363 built by Danny Perry at B&D Performance in Sims, North Carolina. Twin 76 Pro Mod turbos, 2-speed power glide, Holley Dominator with a ton of sensors, 12-inch Holley dash, 8.5 Molly cage, mini tubbed, 9-inch rear, all strange brakes, carbon fiber drive shaft, and a lot more. You can drive the car on the street with no issues. Temps don't go above 160. Very fast and fun car. Has 4 kids in sports.
Wow.
Has about 15 passes on the engine.
God, that's so sad. Wow.
So,
man. And how much was that one?
68.5. Down from 75.
Yeah. He's like, I got to get out of this thing.
Yeah.
This baseball's driving me nuts. Wow, man, that's
Yeah.
a lot of great finds there, dude.
So that's the Racing Junk Classified Fox Body Edition for today.
That's awesome. Well, man, I've got to quit making so many notes for this show. We've been going over the last couple of weeks. We'll try and keep this to an hour, but dude, we haven't been able to. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
There's so much, and we think we're in the off season, but now all the updates will be where people landed in the standings, who had the quickest whatever, and then also just all the stuff that's going to be updated for the builds that are going to be around there.
Yeah.
Craziness. Well, episode 130 is going to be the final results of the Dragon Drive World Champion Point Series. And then we're also going to talk to the Desmonds from Wild West Dragon Dash, who released their dates for 2026 the other day, but also they're going to be on to talk about their 2025 event. So it's going to be a crazy week. I hope you guys are ready. I'm fixing to leave here, go throw some clothes on, and we've got to drive to Hot Springs, Arkansas today. So about 4.5 hour drive today to go to a cheer competition and then get back or get done with that. And then we're driving home. We're not staying the night. So
Gonna be a busy day.
yeah, long day just in the car. So I plan to take my computer and work on some artwork for our media packet for 2026 and kind of go from there. If I can do that and ride at the same time and not get car sick, I think we'll be good. That's going to be kind of tough. So anyways, all right, dude, what do you got going on today?
We've got a bunch of stuff. I haven't even told you this, but wife's Kia got rear-ended the other day. So we got to take it to a body shop today so they can take a look at what parts they need to order so they can get those ordered. And then also doing probably an oil change on my kid's car, my truck, my dad's vehicle. So gonna take advantage of this warm weather because it's been cold. Door handle broke on my truck because cold weather here sucks. So I got to put a new door handle cable on that today. Just a bunch of little odd and end stuff to take care of.
Fun. Well, think of me while you're doing all that cool stuff and I'm in my car.
I don't know if it's all cool stuff, but it's all necessary stuff. I got to get this truck tuned up before PRI.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. See you on Wednesday.
Yeah, have a good one.